Why are we fighting?
See, you are looking at it from the medical aspect. That is the problem here. You are looking at it from just that medical aspect.
Let me put the same question to you, please. You are an investigator. Okay? 6 people were found around a dead body. Autopsy was done. It shows that this person died of strangulation, and the fingerprints that was seen on this person's body has nothing to do with these 6 people. You, as an investigator, what do you do with these 6 people? That's what I'm asking. Go on.
Definitely, automatically, after checking the fingerprint, that is if we actually get a fingerprint on the deceased body. That is if we actually get the fingerprint.
I'm saying that you actually get it. Do you understand? Work with my example. You got an evidence from the autopsy that somebody was strangulated and there were some fingerprints left there. And when you check that fingerprint that showed the strangulation, it doesn't match with the 6 people arrested. What do you do with them? That's what I'm asking.
That means somebody else is involved. Meaning,
oh my goodness. Yeah. What do you do with the 6 people? Do you understand English? What do you do with them?
The 6 people, yes, we actually put them under the radar of investigation. Definitely, one out of them, we investigate them individually.
So, what kind of radar? Please tell me the radar.
Hold on, Paparaino, you asked the question. Let me answer. When you realize that they were there, for them being there, the 6 people that you talked about, for them to be present in the crime or on the crime scene, you understand? But when we actually check the fingerprint, none of the prints matched theirs. You understand?
Yes.
Then definitely, we actually have to go further into investigation. Definitely,
what are you going to do? Are you going to keep them in prison forever?
Let me answer it now. Let me answer it.
No. I don't want to. It's not. I mean, you don't have to be. We don't have to forget the case. You're taking us somewhere else. I don't want you to do that. We have 6 people brought to you as an investigator. Okay, you charge them to court, and you are unable to prove in court that these 6 people have to do with the strangulation. What do you do? What do they do with them? I want to know what you do with these 6 people.
Well, these people that you talked about that were actually present on the crime scene, as long as we actually investigated them, we didn't find their print on the body, and the investigation is still ongoing since we don't even know the real killer yet. You understand? We are actually.
What do you do with them? You pick them.
We can put them on bail. Yes, they can be on bail.
This is why I'm having issue with the case as well. The same thing.
The answer is this. Paparaino, they can be bailed.
The same thing we are saying. When if mohbad autopsy comes out right now, says that mohbad had a poisoning, you carry everybody in that house. Okay, you check. Did you give him this? Did you give him that? This one said, I'm not give him. What do you do with them to prove that it was this one that poisoned mohbad? You just keep all of them there.
They can be billed. I answer you. They can be billed, but a proper investigation, a thorough investigation will now be carried out. They can be billed, yes, but a thorough investigation will not be carried out.
They play. Proper investigation will not be carried out. How is it going to be carried out? How? You guys must calculate your case. You must know whether you are winning or you are losing. Simple. When you know you are losing the case, don't be gallivanting, don't be shouting.
Now, I'm putting the same question to you.
You are fucking losing.
What are you going to do if you are an investigator? What are you going to do?
If you're investigating people, okay, you're going to apply all the relevant evidence that you have. All the possible relevant evidence that you have, psychologically, medical, whatsoever, you put everything together. If any of them are unable to show that these people have connection in the commission of that crime, there's nothing you're going to do with them. You're not going to breach their human rights. Section 42 of the Constitution, they have their freedom to be. You're going to release them all. Okay? And you're going to, just like, for example, like Prime Boy, like Samilari, whatever, and what they call it. There was not enough evidence to show that Prime Boy fought mohbad, right? Prime Boy has been freed, right? But later, maybe 10 years, if you bring evidence that Prime Boy fought with mohbad, then that time they can arrest Prime Boy, right? But now they are freed Prime Boy, right?
They can be freed. To answer your question, they can actually be freed. Or lest we forget. Let us consider many things, because you don't want me to go into details. We just want me to give you the answer.
I want to know what you mean by the court can release them on bail. The court, a prosecution has cross-examined some certain defendant, and prosecution was unable to prove with all the evidence available with the prosecution. They can't prove
that means that the judge. So now, Paparaino, the question to you now.
Judge, that some people committed an act, and you're just going to release them on bail. I don't understand.
The question to you now is that we must free them because they are innocent, because we didn't find their print on the body. What if it was actually maybe they were actually involved directly or indirectly in what happened? So
that is what I'm saying. You have to prove. You have to prove another thing. Like you have to prove them complicit of another offense, not the strangulation. You can prove them fine. Maybe they were the one who drove the strangulators there. Who knows? What if they were the drivers that drove the strangulators?
They might have conspired, conspiracy, things like that. So that's why I said that was what Supreme was telling you.
What if they came in to enable the strangulator to run away, to cover the crowd and to enable the strangulators to run away? You don't know. Again, that one you're gonna judge them for another crime. Come up, Bar. I want to hear your point. Send request. Come up. I mean, this is basic. Now we are talking about a whole different kind of investigation.
But to be honest with you, Paparaino, I will say this and I will say it. Nigeria is a third world country. Let's put it that way. And let us even look at the mohbad case. Normally, in a developed country, the crime scene at first must actually be sealed off. Like sealed, totally sealed.
I'm coming back to the case of poison. You guys are the one that are going too far-fetched. You see, you have to learn your case. In this case now, everyone who have seen mohbad body is claiming that there is no mark in mohbad's body. Everybody who have seen, they say there's no mark on mohbad body. But those of you who are on the internet, you say no, mohbad was stabbed, mohbad else was breaking, there was mark. Okay, fine. If we see mark on mohbad body, we will begin to look for who placed the mark on mohbad body, right? We'll begin to look for who placed the mark on his body. If mark is not found at the end of the day, let's say poison is found in mohbad substance, we will still find who put the poison in mohbad body. But people are making it look like even if poison is found, automatically everybody in that house will be arrested. They will go to prison. It's not gonna work like that. It's gonna take a lot to prove that is this particular person who committed that act. One, let's say mohbad was poisoned with a particular kind of poison that does not react immediately, and it was poison in the show that he went to. So that poison was still in his body, and then later he came home, he was fine. Then when the poison started to react, that was when the nurse came, and the nurse gave him injection during that time, and the two react together, and okay. So now, how do you prove that the poison is coming from Indomie, or is coming from bitter that he drank, or from the water, or from anything? How do you prove where it's coming from? That will help you to know who to go for.
Paparaino, the truth is this. Let us go straight on mohbad case to J4M. Let us put it as it is. Let's say it as it is. The poison of a thing that we are discussing is the latest development that was discussed by the deceased late wife. You understand? Now, she actually gave us different excuses right from the beginning. Are we even sure that this poison of a thing story is what we should actually be looking at? You understand? So we are only talking generally, in general terms, that what if it's even that poison? But do not forget, they said that the system was actually flushed. You understand? So now, looking at it, you understand, from more ramification, like, okay, this story of infection, this story of this story of that, and they had the fight, he had the court, yes, he was poisoned, yes, he was. We are actually not even sure what actually happens. This is the reason why we are actually talking about the autopsy toxicology of a thing. You understand? Because once we actually can pinpoint that this is the cause of DO, you understand, of what happened to this guy, then we will now be able to proceed into further investigation. But now, when many things have been said, and look at these people that they actually put on the case. This one is asking that I'm not going to release this until you pay me so amount. These are head games, mind games. You understand? I won't lie to you, Paparaino. These are very clear. These are things that we can actually see. You understand? So we just analyzing that maybe, okay, let's even look at it. Perhaps maybe he was even poisoned. Let us even look at it that way. Perhaps maybe he was even poisoned. We even want to check on his vitals. Like, okay, on the, let's say we want to do the toxicology of everything now. We go, because all the fluids are already gone. Then you know what they call this, so a body that was actually exhumed. You understand? So many things are already lost. Many things have gone wrong. You understand? So the most important thing now, I will not lie to you, Papiano. The most important thing now is getting to know the cause of, of what's behind the guy in the first place. Not all these excuses that these people are just coming up, because different narrative every day. It's like driving people insane. Like, what, you hear this today, you hear that one day before yesterday, you hear something tomorrow, another thing that's coming next week now.
How will they push my brother the 3 seconds evidence?
Yes, and we have another 3 seconds evidence. But now, Papiano, one thing is this. If actually there's no skeleton in their cupboard, if there actually no skeleton in their cupboard, why are they not coming out with the video like,
as I've always said before, okay, that there have to be something that killed Mohbad. But it is those who committed the crime. Everybody who commits a crime, most of them want to get away with it. Nobody wants to be punished. Even when they know they did it, they don't want to be punished. Because now, they've got to realize that they did something wrong. At the time it was happening, it was like, hey, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah. And after the commission of the crime, now they just realize that, that they are human beings too, that there are some powerful hands that is going to, get them somewhere or take their own life. So now they're doing everything to protect their own life. So that is basically what is going on here. These guys are fighting so hard. And you can see with everything being done, that it's like someone is saying that women must be protected at all costs. Everything being done, and women is even very confident. And I'm telling you, right, even this DNA thing, this DNA, look at how much that process is frustrated. Is that how strong women is? There exist some people, the same people who are hindering justice, they are the same one who are hindering this process of DNA. I'm telling you, if DNA is done in Nigeria, believe me, I don't think it will come with a different result. If DNA is done in this Nigeria, there can be only one result. You've got to be careful. You got to know that you got to know what you're fighting. Once you know what you're fighting, then you will be careful. At some point, you will pause and you will think properly so that you don't go and have hypertension. You don't go and start having over expectation. And at the end of the day, nothing is going to come your way. Then you're going to feel so bad. You're going to be broken, and you're going to be having other kind of illness. So you have to prepare yourself. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing. Prepare yourself. It's not Papayano is changing. Nobody's changing. But we can see it clearly. This family, especially Mohbad and his gangsters, they don't want justice. They're only there to cause people to be shouting, cause people day and night. You will never see them sit down and analyze a case and even see what is favoring them. The justice that is so clear, that is coming out right now, if I'm not mistaken, is the nurse. And if that is what anybody calls justice, then you must have been deceiving yourself and wasting your time and acting all this 2 years time. If the nurse is the justice you are looking for. If you're looking for another justice, maybe Wunmi killed Mohbad, maybe Mama Mohbad, maybe Adura, what have you done to show that those speculations or those suspicions are correct? That is the thing. Why some are busy. That's why people who were very intelligent were doing everything possible as early as possible to see how they can prove any of this. But these gangsters, Baba Mohbad and his gangsters, they are busy on taking money that they will use to do nothing. They will later come back and cry to you and say government was bad. So after taking all our money, you will come back and tell us government was bad.
To be honest with you, Papiano, the thing is so frustrating. Like, we seem to just have a lead, and all of a sudden, then all the lead is, well, I understand it. I know that there are some powerful people behind this. To be honest, I know that for sure. Like, if this is not a rocket science, this is something that we can all just see for what it is.
Fire
So,
Force, just a
yep.
minute, please. We are only speculating that there are.
You know why I said there's some kind of power? Who even know whether it was that same power that bought food for them to give to those that came to do rallies the other time? Because you imagine the for police to calm you down, to entertain you, give you food, make you feel at home. Nigerian police, think twice.
Paparano, a lot is
Somebody
happening in this country.
might have done the needful.
A lot is happening in Nigeria that we think that there are some powerful people behind it. But police dance to the tone of the complainant. That is why we always believe that there are some powerful people, because they are easily to be buy. So if they are being buy, we think somewhere else rather than to focus on where the fault is coming from. I think you understand. To me, I don't see it in that way. But the only fault I see from the old system is that does everybody that is involved in this justice for Mohbad ready to seek for the true and real justice? That is where I see it.
When Yomi was eating that food that day, I was looking his face. I look at one other person that was eating something. I look at them and say, for real?
So some
you guys
people are not looking for.
You guys will pay for that food though. Nothing goes for nothing. No. Police maybe say me and they give 15 naira, 100 naira. The police can't go from that 15 naira buy food give you, and you taste it for free. Okay.
Sorry.
So Mabriano, if police not give you meat fire and water now, it's a cry for you to eat.
Fire Force. Let me quickly respond to some of the things that John just said now. Is that it's over 1 year, close to 17 months now. We have been mentioning powerful people behind what is happening in justice for Mohbad. I'm going to, I don't believe in that. And the reason is very simple. When we look the case of Sylvester, you understand me? There's no justice is being served in the case of Sylvester. When we look the case of Bamishi...
Sorry. What would you consider justice in the case of Sylvester?
Come again, please.
What would you have considered as justice in the case of Sylvester?
Well, I believe justice is not served. You understand? It's not served. And if we go with Bamishi as well.
Please, don't go to Bamishi yet. You don't know about the two cases, okay? We have to be careful. Sometimes where government have done their job and has done the needful, we shouldn't be criticizing them.
I think it's the system.
This comes from speculation.
I think it's the system.
If you do research,
it's not about powerful people.
Tell me, if you are the government, tell me what you want to do in the case of Sylvester. A boy went to play ball in school. Okay? This guy came back home. His ankle was swollen. And then the father came down to Lagos State and took this boy to Delta State to Warri. And they were managing that ankle. They didn't go to the hospital. They were going to different babalawo, different places. Different people to do it. They said it's spiritual. They say, for you to quickly swell up like that, that's spiritual, is blah blah blah. They leave Lagos where the guy was supposed to be treated. They take the guy to village. They did until the guy fell sick. The man still didn't take him to hospital. The man was taking the guy to church. That there was one pastor that can resurrect dead body. They took the guy there to be in line with other people that they're trying to resurrect. That's Sylvester. Yes. Okay, so this Sylvester then later on was brought home to his own parents. Then later on they took him from church, they brought him home. Then at home, when it was almost like the thing was almost serious, they now brought one doctor to treat him at home. And then he died of the treatment. And then later on they came back to Lagos where the inquest was staged. The inquest looked at the cause of death, that medication was given to him, and that the conditions, whatever. Then they said it was a natural death. All right, who should they arrest? And they said the father was negligent. That if anybody should be arrested here, will be the client father, because his action also contributed to what killed his son. So when you say Sylvester has no justice, how do you presume justice? What would justice be for you? We have to learn that case. Then I will come to Bamishe case. I have said the same thing to Bamishe sister. You guys should follow case. Don't just go around and don't say things that you don't know. In the case of Bamishe, okay, what do you expect the government to do? A lady boarded into a bus to go see the uncle. And the driver, in one way or the other, after some days, the driver wasn't seen. The driver was being searched, was not seen. The driver got missing. So this girl, her dead body was found somewhere in the swamp, okay, where it was done. Autopsy was done by the government. The family also did their own autopsy. I don't know their own result. But the result of the government is that this particular lady, he was traumatized, he was beaten to death, and he was raped. Okay? And the police went after the driver. They searched everywhere and the driver was arrested, Mr. Ominikoron. Ominikoron has been arrested and has been in the police custody since 3 years now. Since 3 years, no bail. He has been there. Okay? And he's going through trial. Trial started last year, I think June. Okay? So look at the charge. They charged him for murder, for killing that woman. They charged him, the police arrested him and charged him for murder. They charged him for raping that girl. Raping in Lagos State is up to life imprisonment in Lagos State. Murder, you will be killed as well. His head was broken. So many different offenses police listed on this particular man. And this man right now is in the hand of the court. The case of trial is on. Now, is the family even following up with this case? Or they just want to sensitize the public like mohbad case and then, just to... You see, we have to be careful. We have to understand the history of cases. If you want to blame police here, what do you expect police to do? Not to charge them with murder. Police has charged somebody with murder, with 3 counts of rape. In fact, that man has raped some people before, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Those people came and police also accused that man of that crime. So 3 counts, 3 charges of rape, murder, and other offenses is on this one person. And the person is, from police station, the person will go to court. They didn't even bail him. So tell me, what do you consider justice and the case is still on? They have not even ruled. They have not even said that this person should be free or should be released. What do you want? Trial case takes time. People should understand this. Especially murder case, they have to be careful that an innocent person is not sent, it's not sent to prison. So what do you guys want? When you say the case of Sylvester, nothing was God, case of Bamishe, African TV does a lot, and I engage him, I say, don't do that. You have to research these cases very, very well, and also know the position of the police. Try to look at their actions. Is their action showing that something is lacking, that they're not doing very well? If that is something is lacking, then puncture that thing. Mention that thing that they are doing. Let's challenge them based on that thing. Like in this case of mohbad now, it's very obvious. But don't compare it with Bamishe case. Neither with nor with the case of Sylvester, please. Unless you have something else around the place. Okay, don't do what those guys are doing. You can do better.
Okay, thank you, Paparaino. But sorry, I will give you a chance. But from sister of Bamishe, as of 2 weeks ago.
And we can bring her out. Bamishe, if you are here, please come up. Because I've challenged her on this. I was even the one telling her there's some charges of that particular man. Because she doesn't know. I said, do you just come on internet and
blame on the Nigerian police? Why? Because when we say from the DPP advice to the police, blah, blah, you understand me? Now, the person that gave the number, who happens to be spending, the person that called the number was not even put in prison or in cell for 24 hours. You understand me? And from that area, I can point to you that there's a conspiracy out there. You understand me? That is my own submission. Because the way things is being done in mohbad case is uncalled for. Thank you.
Paparaino, good evening and good evening everyone on the panel and on the comment section. Today, Paparaino, I want us to just relax our mind and come back home. Back to...
Please address your focus. We are on a subject, okay? Please don't bore us. Okay, we're not going to do that, please. Okay, if they cannot go now, maybe you should just let someone else go. We're still trying to sort out the autopsy, the poison, and all of this stuff. Don't make us relax.
Yeah,
Are we fine?
I'm saying we should No, don't speak out my words, Papariano. I'm saying we should relax and come back home to Mohbad's case. That was where I was going. So this is my point. At this point in time, I was listening to all your arguments, educational juxtapositions within you and Lady Aries and other people on the panel here. Yeah. And every day we come here, you listen to things and it shapes your thoughts. It shapes your thoughts. Now, I want to put this particularly to you, Papariano. Any other person can answer me, but this is it. I have my own truth at this point. And it is only a fool who would look at this case, would say, I don't have what I believe, except from the fact that except of the fact when you say that, well, I don't have proofs to what I believe, but this is what I believe. You must have. Now, Papariano, I'm putting it to you now. In one clear thought, I will say my own too, but I'm putting it out firstly. That in one thought, in just one line of thought, what is your own conspiracy theory